Welcome back into Ravenport here. As you can tell, we're mowing up our hayfield once again, and you might wonder, you can't mow by driving over your grass. Well, when I have an AI worker doing it on Courseplay, that is the best way to do it. So I'm going to have to end up taking a loan out on this episode because I want to actually turn this into silage. So I don't want to bale it up. I want to get a pickup wagon, and we have only $1,100. So this is going to be the episode where we're going to borrow some money. So let me get to the bank and get some money borrowed. So here we are. We're going to end up taking out, I think, $100,000 loan. That's plenty of money. It'll be enough to get us by for a while. Our crops aren't going to be able to be sold until, I believe it was January had the best price for the wheat that we had harvested and also the straw bales. So let's do this loan for 15 years. Hopefully, once we get some of the crops sold, we will be able to go ahead and pay most of that back. But here's our 100,000. Now we got 101,000. Let's run into the dealership and pick up a pickup wagon. See you in town. So another reason I was wanting to borrow 100,000 instead of just 50,000 or whatever is, as you know from the previous episodes, we don't have a way to fertilize our crops. So we need to also buy a fertilizer cart. So let's get in here, get a forage wagon. I think this one here, I believe it's just shy of $50,000, and all of our tractors will pull it. Well, it's 95 horsepower. Maybe our little Agco Alice won't, but I know our Fint will. So let's go ahead and buy this one, get it back to the farm, get it hooked up to probably the Plainsman. We might go ahead and, well, right now we're using the Fint to mow with. So yeah, I'm going to hook it up to the Plainsman. That might be overkill, but we will need the little Agco to pull the rake. So let me get this thing back. We'll get this thing hooked up. Hopefully this will hook up to our pickup, and it will. It's going to drag on the ground all the time. And actually, I'm not even sure if our wheels are going to work right. See if I can adjust that hitch. There we go. There, that'll work. That's a lot of weight on the tongue, but it'll get us back to the farm. So let me get this back. We'll get the little Agco up in the field, get it raked up, and then we will get this thing on the Plainsman. See you back at the farm. One thing I have messed up on is I am actually leasing this hay trailer over here on our right. So every month, those bales sit on that trailer waiting for the market to go up. We are paying a rental cost. So in the long run, we'll probably end up paying more for that trailer than we ever will get out of those bales. I should just probably sold them right away and got the money back out of it. But instead, they sit on that trailer, just ringing up the bill, and we'll never get the increase of what we need by waiting until January for the price to go up. But it looks like this worker is done. I'm not sure if he mowed all the way to the middle. It looks like there's going to be just a little bit to mow up in the middle, so I will run up there and do that before we get this raking done. Let this guy just unfold in the process. Come up here, and like I said, the Courseplay was set up to go the other way, so hopefully this will all work out fine. And we will do it just like we did last time. We'll rake the two rows together and get a little extra out of it. So get it unfolded. I guess he folded it back up. Got a little bit up here he missed, but I will do this and we'll get the rake going. And then when I'm all done raking, I'll bring you guys back as we pick up to take up to our silo up at the top of the hill. So see you in a little while. Well, I'm coming up with a new plan. I'm actually going to rake the one row into the middle and then the third row back into the middle. So we should be able to rake 3 of these together. Not sure why I didn't try that when I tedded this. Maybe because the Ted threw it all over and it would never work as good. This is how I'm going to try it. So we should be able to pick up 3 rows at a time instead of just the 2. So let me, like I said, finish putting this all together and I will come back when we're starting to pick it up. Well, I am sure this tractor is a little bit of overkill for a pickup wagon this size. I know it'll pull these hills a little better than anything else we have. But raking it up, to the middle like that worked out really well. It worked really good. Apparently the PTO shaft on this doesn't like to hook up to anything. Let's see if I can adjust it just right. Yeah, it looks like it's picking up already. Couldn't tell if it was lowered or not. This looks weird with that PTO shaft so low. But let me go around this field, get this thing filled up, and then I will meet you guys up there at the silo. Well, even with this many horsepower, it still really bogs this tractor down. So I don't think our Fendt really would have done the job very well. But here we are, full with 23,000 liters. Let me see if I can get this thing turned around enough. I mean, this tractor, you know, that the PTO shaft just hangs there, but there is a PTO hookup on this tractor. I know in real life, this tractor does have the optional PTO. I don't know how many tractors use it, but I mean, this one did have it. I remember on the farm, we had this tractor, and the reason we couldn't use it on too many things, it was geared so high, it couldn't go in that super slow granny gear to be able to pull a trencher. But I mean, it could pull a disc really well. That's what I always used it for. But here, let me get it up here to the silo and get it dumped in and start making some silage. All right, here we go. First round of silage going in, or well, not really silage, but grass. Will become silage eventually. Let me get that turned on, and we want to make grass silage. Activate. Perfect. We'll be making silage in no time, and hopefully that'll make us some extra money once it is done fermenting. And we'll just take it right to town. Hopefully I can go ahead and use this trailer, since I don't have any other trailer right now that can haul silage. But I'll go back and I will finish picking up that grass and get it all put up in our little silo. Alright, here we go, putting the last of the grass in the fermenter silo here. And let's see how much we got left. We got just shy of 50,000 liters. When you take in what we've already produced into silage, that probably would be 50,000. So perfect. And it's one in to one out, so we don't have much there. 60,000 cycles in a month. So, of course, we'll be done tomorrow. Let me get this tractor and wagon back to the house, and we'll get moved on to the next thing. Well, now that we have a little bit of money from the bank, we're going to run into town and grab that fertilizer spreader that we've been needing to be able to fertilize those barley fields before the snow starts flying next month. We'll get that done, and then I think we're also going to buy a chainsaw and start clearing out that hillside there with all those trees on it to try to make that field bigger come the springtime when we decide to start planting that in soybeans. We'll plow that whole hillside up and make it all one field. So let me get to town and get some fertilizer. Alright, when it comes to fertilizer, I did add this one from the Mod Hub. We're just going to go with this. Was that Bandierante? Bandierante. Something like that. That's what we're going to use. It only holds, you know, what is it, 1,300 liters. It's pretty small, but it is 36 meter wide. So I do like the width. Of course, it's not the widest one out there, but it'll work. Go ahead and get some fertilizer. Probably should just put in a multi-fruit buying station there on the farm, so we can buy everything there, especially the seed, so I don't have to keep dragging seed from town. So when we get back, I'll end up putting one of those in and fill this thing up with fertilizer. There we go. About $2,500 should work right there. Yep, that'll work just fine. Kind of a bigger silo than you'd think it would be next to those other farm silos, but when you get up there, fill this thing full of fertilizer, then we can start spreading in all of our barley fields. Not sure how much it's going to cost to fill this little thing up. Let's try to back up a little bit. There we go. Perfect. It's $1,500. Well, we're already below 50,000, but we'll get started. I will fertilize this up, and then I will see you guys when we get up on that hillside back across there, and when we start mowing not mowing, but cutting down those trees. Wish I could just mow it. It'd be so much easier. Ooh, that's got a really wide spread. Could almost probably do this in one pass. Ooh, need a little weight on the front also, a little swirly. But let me get this all fertilized, and then I'll see you on that hill. Alright, we got everything fertilized. Now we're going to go up here and we're going to actually cut these things down. We got us a steel chainsaw here. I was looking, and I think we can sit there and get a trailer that we can pull behind either our tractors or our pickups. And we should be able to, it should be cutting here. Why is it not working? There we go. I guess it's not the right kind of tree to make this really easy. But we should be able to go through and pick up these logs and also pick up bales with it. So that is my goal. But let me get some of this cleaned up here, get some of these logs all trimmed up. Of course, fight this all the way through. But I'll get these trees down on this hillside, then we'll go buy that trailer and get rid of our lease bale trailer down at the bottom of the hill. So, like I said, let me get this all cleaned up. Alright, I think that got enough trees cleared out of the way. Of course, these were the tricky ones. I had to trim all the branches off. those big pines and spruces worked really well. But let me go pick up that trailer and see how much we can get it for. And get, like I said, we'll get rid of this bale trailer down here because we don't need it anymore if we have that one that'll pick up logs and bales. So let me run to the shop and get that lot. Here it is, a 30-foot flatbed. We can switch over to auto-load bales when we're ready to do bales, but for right now, we're going to do the log forks. And it says universal auto-load, so we'll see if that works. Get that purchased and go grab it. Well, of course, auto-load's not going to work. Didn't really think it would. I thought, I hoped. It's an auto-load trailer. It's got log forks, but of course it won't load it. So I'll just load these all by hand, and then we will go sell these off. And we're still going to use this trailer for the bales. So as long as I can get the log in it. There we go. Let me finish loading all these up, and then we will go get these sold off, and then try to swap out this setup for the bale loader and grab those bales at the bottom of the hill. So we'll see you in a little bit. Well, that was tremendously painful to watch and do. But now we got them all loaded up, so we're going to take these into the carpentry. They have the best price. I'm hoping not to tip it over. I will get this over to the carpentry, and I'll bring you back to see how much money we can get out of this set of logs. Alright, here we are coming into the carpentry. Try to get ahead of this red van. Right back here, it looks like, so we can take it. Right up there and see what we can get out of it. Hopefully it'll take it all. I know sometimes these productions will max out. I don't want to really buy this production. I would like to get some money out of it. So let's see what we can get. There we go. Only $8,000. Well, that's nowhere close to paying for the trailer itself, but at least it's sold. That hillside's cleared off, so we can start using it for row crop. But that should do it for this episode here in Ravenport. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to slap that like button. And until next time, have a blessed day, and bye-bye.
And he said unto Jesus, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom. And Jesus said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise.